baby. Oh!
What up, everyone? Welcome to Twin City Sports Talk. We got a special episode today just because we get to talk about Gopher football again. Something we haven't done in 2 months now. Well, just because transfer portal kind of wrapped up for the most part, and there's just not much you can talk about in the college football world as a whole. But we got Gopher stuff to get to. It's just a brief overview. We're going to go through the depth chart and the roster as a whole. Now that the transfer portal is all over and the recruits are actually in the building here, and see where this team is sitting at, and look at the schedule and not give predictions for next year because that's pretty far away still. But we'll talk about what we think going into next year and probably look at some big transfers. We have Penn State on the schedule, and Penn State snagged all of Iowa State's players from Matt Campbell going to Penn State to coach after James Franklin departure. So yeah, Iowa State is now Penn State, but
yeah,
and well, not vice versa, but either way, they just snagged all of them. But before we start, we got to talk about our sponsor, Kitchen Wise and Closet Wise, a family-owned operated business in the Twin Cities and surrounding areas. If you're ready to truly maximize your space, they're the team to know. They specialize in creating the custom solutions designed around how you actually live. Kitchens, closets, pantries, and garages is what they specialize in. They transform underused or cluttered spaces into something highly functional and beautiful. And one of the big things, I've seen the product. I know it pretty well. Rollout cabinets. It works so much better for people with old age or people who just are less mobile than I guess like just anyone. It works for everyone, but it's just so easy to, especially their Lazy Susan. It spins, it comes out. Anyway, people, there's their phone number, kitchenwise.com, to get in contact with them to book a free consultation. It's a free consultation. Go get a price on what your kitchen would cost and see the product. All right, here we go. I've been excited. We've been waiting to do a Gophers video like this for a little bit. What we're going to do is pop up the depth chart on my favorite website to look at all of college football rosters as a whole. Our Lads. This thing has been very, very accurate when it comes to projecting the roster as a whole. And yeah, we'll get to it right away here. The only issue is a lot of ads pop up, so people just have to deal with it. But either way, this shows a very clear image of how the team is going to look. Obviously, we'll start with the obvious ones. Drake Lindsey, Darius Taylor, AJ Turner, the transfer from Marshall. I always get him flipped around because he was on the team last year as the third guy behind Fame Ijaboy and Darius Taylor. But Taylor back for his senior year, Drake Lindsey going into his sophomore year, so future's bright as an ad pops up. Two transfers we have to talk about. This is a big one. We didn't talk about it a lot on the show when it first happened. But Caden Helms from Oklahoma. Now, obviously, didn't get the receptions, but he was their third tight end there. And so this is going to be his first chance. He's a very athletic player as a whole. He has good hands, pretty fast for tight ends in general. It's going to be great to have him. And he's the Jameson Gears replacement, which all the way on the right here, you see these replacements are guys that are not with the team anymore. But another big thing here, the offensive line stayed pretty much the same. Ashton Beers, right. Greg Johnson, Nathan Roy. Nathan Roy is going to be a stud. He's only a sophomore going into this year. So, and then the big Tennessee transfer, Bennett Warren. I know him pretty well because I'm a big Tennessee fan myself, for anyone that didn't know that. But I was in the whole recruiting process kind of in depth here with Tennessee, but very quick off the line, has good hands. I mean, the power can be a bit of he can get blown through a few times, but again, he also didn't have the playing time with Tennessee.
And he's 60 feet tall and 60.
Yeah, you like that? 60-60. It's too hard to put the apostrophe in the quotation marks.
Well, no, they have the numbers flipped because really it should be 0606. Anyways.
Well, yeah, I know, but
I know. Yeah.
It's weird. Either way, Bennett Warren, that's a big one, though. Coming in, and he's going to step in and be your right tackle on day one here. But the biggest transfer of the offseason, for the Gophers. Not the biggest transfer because that would be Coy Parrish for Gopher
Incoming.
connections, but incoming, guys. Perry Thompson. Now, you're going to look at the stats, people, and say, wow, look at these. Only 154 yards, but look at this. He's a 6'3" wide receiver, 210 pounds, and he's really fast. You got to look in depth here. He's a fast, really good route runner with really good hands. He was a 4-star recruit coming into Auburn's football program, and he's a 4-star recruit in the transfer portal here. I honestly don't know how PJ Fleck convinced him to come to the cold Minnesota after being in Auburn, the SEC. He obviously wanted to stay in a contending, like, big
conference.
Conference and school in general. But this is huge for the Gophers. Was Bateman a 3-star or a 4-star coming out of high school?
I believe Bateman was 4-star from Georgia.
I think he was the 4-star. Yeah. Either way, but 4-star wide receivers for the Gophers and their history, very rare. So, and he is a junior. There's a slight chance now that this is going to be his first year with more action and a lot of action. So maybe with 1 year of it, maybe he wants a second year, build his draft stock up for the next year. Maybe you have him for 2 years. But on top of that,
maybe he transfers again.
Yeah. Jalen Smith, now sophomore. Jalen Smith will be an NFL wide receiver. He has the tools. He has the hands. He has the length. He has everything he really needs. He is a great deep threat for Drake Lindsay down the field. Game 1 last year against Buffalo, hit that 65-yard touchdown. I get it's against Buffalo, but he did that multiple times.
Wasn't Buffalo the what conference is that?
I think Buffalo's it's the Conference USA.
Regardless, whatever conference did they not win their conference? Point being,
they were close. Yeah,
Buffalo is a very competitive non Power 4 conference school.
The G5 or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you should have won that game a little more. Not easily,
but first game of the year,
controlled it more.
Yeah.
No, Buffalo was good this year.
Yeah. So again, Trevor proves the point here. I'm very excited about Jalen Smith. The game-sealing touchdown in the bowl game against New Mexico State. Drake Lindsay loves him. It's huge. It's huge to keep him here in his sophomore year. I hope he doesn't get a hot head and transfer out anytime. I don't think that's the case, but because he's been a day one guy. He got recruited here, played in his freshman year, and made a big impact. And then if we're on the wide receiver front, Javon Tracy, he also stayed. So that's one guy that we said you need to keep. He's just a good slot option because it'll be Perry and Jalen on the outside there, working up the field deeper. Javon Tracy, also a reliable deep threat if he can get past that secondary. But he's going to be another. This is probably for 1, 2, and 3. Maybe 2019 Gophers with Tyler Johnson and Bateman would have something to say, but this is the best receiving group the Gophers have had.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's not
one of them all time.
The Tyler Johnson, Bateman, Ottman Bell.
I forgot. Yeah, that proves that. You're right about that. Completely forgot.
You're not going to beat that.
Chris.
I don't think there's a team because you mean on that 2019 team, then defensively was it Coughlin, Winfield.
Yeah,
you had Barber at linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
What a great year that was. Sean Clifford mocking whatever his choice of words were.
Yep.
Basically screw that boat, but in other words, and we pull off the upset.
Yeah.
Biggest win at Len TCF Bank.
That's the best game.
Place went bonkers. And game day was, right? That's the game day we had.
That was depressing, no. It was that year, but it was the Wisconsin game to end the year because Wisconsin was also
Whoa, we got breaking news.
Breaking news.
Max Crosby trade has been backed out of.
Whoa. Big news.
Whoa.
Big.
Right,
Are you serious?
A little bit later, but I wonder if he failed a physical or something.
Wow. Okay.
It'll be so. Now, how awkward is that if you
to go back to the Raiders building?
You go back to your team.
Hey.
But
now look at the Raiders team. They're making all of these additions in free agency, and now you add Max Crosby back into the mix.
Well, I still think he could potentially be traded.
Maybe, yeah.
His physical's bad, but yeah.
Yeah, but for right now, that roster is freakishly good just because they have Jalen Naylor on their team.
I'll keep monitoring it, see if I get a reason why. But yeah, let's keep going.
The one thing I am a little bit worried about for the Gophers offensively is just the depth at quarterback, because I think Max I can't.
No, hold on. I figured this out.
Shikanjansky.
I think it's street part. So I don't think it's shy. Shikanjansky.
I think it's Shikanjansky.
Max
yeah.
2.0.
Yeah, Max, but Stillwater, Minnesota, hometown kid. Yeah. I just don't have a lot of confidence. I mean, I saw his film, and I saw him. I also saw him in high school, but I just wasn't impressed a ton.
Go to the third string quarterback, because I think those two will flip flop. I feel like Fleck would lean towards this guy. This guy was the Liberty, right?
Yeah, the Liberty transfer here and North Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know if I knew that, but yeah. I think this guy would probably be the backup.
I agree. Completely agree there.
Open competition this upcoming fall or during spring practice, and then when you really get to leading up to the year in the fall.
Yep.
It could be either, but I think I would lean towards the Liberty guy.
Yep. Now I want to go back to the wide receiver room, because Noah Jennings is also a very interesting guy. One of Cincinnati's best wide receivers this year. Cincinnati was really good this year. And now, I mean, he had a good year, but I think he was their fourth guy on their depth chart there in Cincinnati, but still racked up 323 yards. That's actually pretty good for college, because a lot of colleges don't pass as much as the NFL, obviously. It's more of a running league. So 323 yards is the third or fourth wide receiver. Very good. And he's just a really good route runner too. Noah Jennings, a little bit of speed to him. It's a great transfer the Gophers brought in. So they are 4 deep in the wide receiver room. Donnell Hayes is also very, very interesting. He's been with us. He was here last year as I think he's a sophomore. Oh, he's a junior this year. But either way, didn't get any time last year, but another deep threat. Very speedy there. I don't know a lot about Zion Steptoe from the Tulsa guy. Pretty good year for, I guess. I mean, what I'm gathering here is he definitely was their third or fourth again with 272 yards, 21 receptions. Wasn't a starter by any means, but you have depth. I wouldn't mind if he came in as the third if there was injuries, which there will be. But if we go, I'm going to skip past Bradley Martino here. Well, let's go to a 9th spot. That's our guy, Braden Stevens, or 8th spot there. Yeah, so I don't know if Braden will get, just because this wide receiver room is very deep. Maybe there's a chance they redshirt him, but Braden Stevens, this was about a month and a half ago. I think we had him on.
Roughly, yeah.
He is the fastest wide receiver in the country. The Gophers recruited, and he's the number 1 wide receiver from Missouri, the whole state. We had him on, talked a little about the recruiting process, Gophers program as a whole, what he's expecting, teams he's ready to play against. But I would be shocked if they didn't use him in any capacity this year, just because he is undeniably the fastest player on this team and one of the fastest players in the country. He set many records in the state of Missouri in track and in football. I mean, in last year in football, I forget the stats now. I think it was 1,300 receiving yards, 13 touchdowns. Just look up the film, Braden Stevens film, Missouri, and it's just burners. He's blowing by the safeties. The safeties are 25 yards downfield, and he's still getting past them. So it is insane what the kid has done. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised he's not on here as a whole. Maybe the red shirt is in play. Get him more for the future, but we'll have to keep an eye on that, because Braden, I'd love to see you play this year. And I think
if anything, he'll probably, unless you get stockpiled with injuries, which hopefully not, knock on wood.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be a non-conference appearance where I'm trying to think who.
We'll go through the schedule in a little bit here.
Yeah.
Let's go to the defensive side here. So the defense, it's looking pretty much the same as last year, except no Coy Parrish, honestly, is the best way we can do this. I want to go through the transfers, though, because after the season, we knew it. The interior D line was weak.
Go ahead.
Absolutely no one there. Eastern gone. I'm blanking on the other guys. Redding, is it Redding?
Logan Jalen.
Yeah.
Logan Redding.
Yeah. So 2 guys, you get one from Marshall, Naquan Crowder, big run stopper. He's not going to rush the passer a lot, but you need those guys. You need those run stoppers on the team, especially in the Big Ten. But this one I'm excited about. This is a big one. Zion Chapman, Florida International. This is a pass guy. He had 2 sacks last year in limited snaps. Yeah, I'm excited about Zion Chapman. He can get in the backfield. He's also 6'2", 305 pounds, good run stopper. But like I said, he can rush the passer pretty good with the big power move he has. Look up the highlights, people. But the biggest news is Anthony Smith. What a guy. Staying here for another season with the Gophers, his senior year. And so Anthony Smith, Jackson Howard, that's got to be the scariest edge or defensive end duo in the Big Ten, I'd feel. Well, maybe except for like Ohio State or the big dogs.
Right.
This is easily one of the best in the Big Ten. And then at linebacker, you keep Maverick Baranowski, which we can talk about his coverage a little bit, and it's a little bit worrisome. But Matt Kingsbury, but the other one, the depth one let me go back to DN. Carter Menz also had a fantastic year too. Yeah, 6.5 sacks.
Especially in that second half.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he really showed up. He didn't get the playing time in the first half, but 6'5", 240. He's a big speed dude. And what year did it say he was?
He's young.
Yeah, he's a junior. He's a junior going into this next year.
Really? I thought he was a sophomore this year. Okay.
Yep. And then also we got to go to the senior transfer,
sophomore,
TJ Bush, the guy from Cal we got. So this D line is deep. It's scary. 5.5 sacks for TJ over here, and he's going to bring a lot. 6'3", 265. The depth is scary there. It's going to be fun, and I can't find my other tab here. Whoops. Oh, the back button. It like disappeared for a second. Yeah, going back to the linebackers, though, you keep Kingsbury, you keep Baranowski for the last year. Emmanuel Carmo, I'm very interested to see. I saw him play in high school at Robbins.
Eden Perry.
Really fast.
Eden Perry?
Says Robbins
where he was
right here.
Okay. Wow.
Maybe he transferred a little bit. I don't know. But he got a couple I think he played in like the last 4 games last year. Didn't have a lot of chances, but he racked up 1 sack, 9 solo tackles. But he is also very young, sophomore. I don't know a ton about Joey Gerlach.
I think he had a stupid penalty. Did he not in that special team bowl game? There's something that I feel like nothing critical.
I must be forgetting it.
Maybe Wisconsin. Yeah. It's like it's like where the either on like a punt return or it's like a third down where they're about to punt. I swear he like had a late hit out of bounds thing.
Yeah.
I really hope I'm not mixing him up with someone else. But for Gerlach overall in general, not to really rip on him a whole lot. I do think he'll be well. The one thing I don't like about Baranowski, I just don't like his horizontal speed sideline to sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you got some absolute speed runners at running back.
That's what I mean kind of with the coverage thing is he's tasked with getting the running back on this man-to-man coverage. That's what a lot of middle linebackers are tasked with, but he can't keep up. Yeah, that's the thing there with these speedy running backs in a big conference. Yeah. All right, secondary. Yes, we do lose Coy Parrish. It sucks, but you could kind of feel it coming. You kind of could sense it going into the offseason a little bit.
That's how college football is nowadays.
Yeah, you knew something like that would happen. But I actually feel pretty good. John Nestor, not great in man coverage, but he did have how many picks last year? 6.
The Wisconsin game, too.
Yeah.
The 2 interception game.
Yeah. I mean, he was really good last year. And people can crap on the coverage
besides
a little
Iowa,
bit,
which is kind of funny.
Gosh.
He
was from
return
Iowa,
game and
but the big one here, you retain Kerry Brown. 40 tackles, 2 picks, 4 pass defenses. He's your best secondary player. But
and Kerry Brown will almost certainly be our number 1 pick for like Gophers. Like not let's draft for like a year and 2 months from now. The 27 draft.
The first guy
for the Gophers. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Anthony Smith maybe, but no, next
Oh,
year
actually, yeah. I guess it could.
could be, but
Actually, now that you say that, probably Anthony Smith.
yeah, it could go either way there.
Right.
One guy I want to talk about, Aiden West from Michigan State. He's a sophomore. He hasn't had a lot of time, but he played freshman snaps for Michigan State. Granted, Michigan State was pretty terrible last year, but when you're playing freshman snaps in the Big Ten on defense in general, like corner, there's a lot of depth you have to work out on any team you're on. He played meaningful snaps for Michigan State last year. 5'11 or 5'10, 190 pounds, good in man coverage. The zone I've heard can use a little work on him, but this is a very interesting one, and you'll have him for the next 2 years, no matter, and maybe 3. So that's a very interesting one. And then your nickel, Parker Knutson, hometown kid. I didn't know it was Sartell that he was from, but he transferred from Southwest Minnesota State. So I don't know anything about him. It's the small college, but there's not a lot to go off of there. Makai Smith, though, there isn't his stats because Lehigh, I think that's Division 2, or it's either FCS or Division 2. But Makai Smith, 6'2", 210-pound safety. He's coming in as the backup, but he, from all I saw in the scouting report, is a huge hitter. It's like a Harrison Smith type guy, where it's big hitter, and he also had 4 interceptions and 6 pass defenses, I think, last year. Is a ball hawk. Very interesting one. Very interesting. Junior, you'll most likely have him for 2 years. But the depth is not as good as last year, but everything as a whole in the secondary, I don't mind. Aiden Gooseby, he's just gonna get his minutes now. So yeah. That's all we can really say about that. It's a good group. It's nothing to complain about. You can't complain about it because the defense as a whole stayed together. They answered the defensive tackle or interior D-line issue. They also answered the secondary with the Aiden West. And then I think Malachi Smith is a better prospect than Parker Knutson. But either way, you got guys to fill in those spots, and that's all that you could have done here. We don't really need to go off on special teams here, but
actually, no, hold on. We do. Yeah, so
yeah.
Weston and all, he's an okay punter. I really don't. I'm not too impressed with him as a punter. But kicker, oh my gosh, that was so rough watching.
It was bad.
Last year.
And so they got Michigan's kicker. Yeah, Beckham Sunderland. So either way, we don't know a lot about him. I probably could look up the stats. I'm not worried about it right now. I'm really not. Maybe just bring Braden Stevens up to return some kicks. House a few. Oh, man.
That's true. Just a speed burner.
Yeah. And he is a speed burner.
But then again, with the whole red shirt rule, you'd kind of be wasting a year of eligibility.
Yep.
For how far down he is on that depth chart. Because what is it? You can appear in 3 or 4 games.
They changed it a couple weeks ago, actually.
Oh, really?
Man. I'll look that one up. New red shirt college football rule. Because I was going to touch on that when we did our Gopher episode.
Well, I will say, so while you look that up, it's been about 10 minutes after the Max Crosby news.
Yeah.
And basically, it's no comment. Basically, Ravens backed out of it. And so Raiders are, have him for now.
Mm-hmm.
And, so they do this about 16 hours away from when everything comes official.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's 11 a.m. on Wednesday, Central Time Zone. So I made the joke with one of my buddies just now that texted me. 31 teams playing checkers in the NFL. The Ravens are playing chess. They never wanted Crosby. They sold it off that they wanted Crosby.
Yeah.
But no, it's really weird. I'm sure it might be a physical thing. Because, Ravens desperately need the pass rush. So unless they got concerned with some cap numbers, but you would think that's all been discussed prior to the agreement of the trade. So I'm sure it's a physical issue. or at least that's what I'm leaning towards. But to spin it to the Vikings, Jonathan Grenard rumors. Vikings better be calling the Ravens right now as we speak.
Oh, you're so right. Yeah. What pick do the Ravens hold?
They missed out on the playoffs barely, so probably an 18-9, or we have 18.
We're 18.
Probably right where we are, right around, give or take 1 or 2, 3 spots.
Yeah.
Because they were the first
I think they were like 20.
But yeah.
Oh, they don't have a first round pick. That's why I'm so confused. Yeah, so their first pick is second round at 40.
They do. It's just it would be technically until it gets updated. Don't
oh my god, I need to read. Sorry, I need to read.
Yeah, the Raiders would probably, quote unquote, have it or on websites because they should.
Oh, from the trade, yeah. I'm all mixed up now. Yeah,
yeah. So whatever the Raiders, quote unquote, have,
on
any website you're looking at.
Okay.
Why is my internet just crashing?
Raiders. Draft.
But for Vikings, if you can swing Grenard, I think you get a second. I don't see anyone trading a first unless maybe it's like Seattle. Seattle's lost some guys too, which we don't need to get into. Yeah. But that defense, they've lost a couple plays. Rico Woolen today, Boye Mafe yesterday.
Wait, where'd Woolen go? I didn't see them.
He went. I'll look that up as we speak. My app is not working.
Either way, it would be number 14 pick. That's
did you find the redshirt rule?
Yeah, I did, and this is insane. So FBS coaches voted in January 2026 to unanimously recommend changing the redshirt rule to allow players to participate in up to 9 games while retaining a full year of eligibility.
There it is. He didn't pass the physical, so Ravens get first round pick back after trade voided due to medical reasons, as expected.
We got everything going on here. But 9 games while retaining a full year of eligibility. You basically to play a whole season. There's only 12 games in the season. So
sorry, what was it?
9 games.
You can play 9 games?
Yeah, that's the new
snap
rule.
Count?
No, it's 9 games. It's that's why I wanted to bring it up before, like when it happened.
College football's so broken, and I really hope it gets fixed today.
Well, this is insane. Quick. It's literally just another. It's a 5th year. That's all it is. It's a 5th year.
It's minor league football because it's turned professional. Yeah. If you're a Power 4 school, it's basically you're the minor league football because nobody's watching that XFL. What is it? I mean, Jalen Redmond. I will say that he came from that XFL league. But I mean, how many of the XFL guys return back to the NFL? It's maybe 4 or 5%. But yeah, that's what it's turning into. I know I saw Saban, like Trump.
Saban hates college football right now, and rightfully so.
There's like some big meeting about just fixing college football in general. College was meant to get a good education, set the kids up for their future life and all that. Now it's just become what's the best school for that person as an individual? It's where can I get the most money?
Yep.
And year in and year out, it's all bad.
And this is why I love Nick Saban. Because he says on college, I love having him on College Game Day. It's like my favorite show ever, for people that don't know. But him being on is so good because he keeps it real and he says this kind of stuff. He's like, a few times he's like, college football is such a mess right now. Like, with players just chasing money, they need to be doing what's best for their families, and that's what it used to be. Like everything that you just said. That's why I love Nick Saban. People can hate him for him being the best coach of all time, but no, he is. I love him. And I'm a Tennessee fan, people. So take that with a grain of salt. Either way.
And it's just crazy to think, like, if the Miami situation, when the 1 year in the NFL, say he ended up sticking in the NFL, or
that's true,
or at least making it longer where Alabama filled that spot when he did take the Alabama job, what would life look like? But yeah, anytime he's talking, you listen.
Would have looked a lot better for me being
yeah, okay. We get it. You're a Tennessee fan.
Well, it would have been better. It would have been better.
That redshirt rule is so dumb.
I know. So hey, but Gophers, bring Braden Stevens in and have him return kicks and punts.
No kidding.
Yeah. All right.
Honestly, I do think though. I don't really. even with the speed and all that, I'm sure they'll do their typical. Because even Coy
Oh,
Parrish
I
has a
think they will.
returner. Still to this day, I don't understand it. Like, yeah, he could
Mm-mm.
play make and all that. His speed was average at best. I'd
Mhm.
argue below average if you're talking Big Ten standards.
Well, if you're talking
Now,
kick returner, yeah, it's way
now,
below average.
but then again, what was it? Fame Agent Boy was probably our fastest, like, true speed guy. Like, if you just want to talk burner speed, 'cause I feel like we didn't, unless for
There ain't
receivers,
no
I
way
don't
that
know.
Fame Aged Boy was. There is no way.
Regardless, let's go through the schedule.
Yeah.
Wait,
Either
what the
way.
heck? Did they move it a week back? College?
What?
Because normally in college you always have your first game August, right? Like it's always like August 26th, 27th,
Well,
28th.
okay. One thing, they got rid of the bye. That's why I think. There's one bye
One
now.
bye. Okay.
Because
That'll
the
probably
3rd,
do it.
12th,
I
19th,
like that rule.
26th,
I didn't know that
3rd,
either.
10th, and then here's your bye between Purdue and
Yep.
Iowa, 31st, 7th, 14th. Yeah, there's only one bye.
Hey, look at
So-
the football gods giving us the 2 weeks to prepare for Iowa because they do not want to
Yep,
see
well-
what happened again 2 years in a row. So that's good.
Yeah, and
2
right
weeks.
before we get to this, I just showed you guys all the schedule, but like this is a very doable schedule in many different ways here. But first off, you have Eastern Illinois. We're not going to talk about it. We don't know Eastern Illinois, but you will win this game. And if you don't, pack up your thing, quit for the rest of the season. That's
Yeah,
all I have to say.
I will say 95% we should win this game, and it might be 99% if they're bad. But if they are like another Buffalo or like the game you did lose for that homecoming game, what year was that? Like 21 or something against Ball State. Wasn't it Blaine Gabbert's younger brother?
Yes.
Or maybe one of, I don't know how many siblings there are in that family. But so I won't say guaranteed win, but darn.
They went
about
3-9 last year.
Okay, so then yeah, it should be a 99%.
Guaranteed win for the Gophers.
Yeah.
All right, but then this is the first time the Gophers have played an SEC team since Auburn.
Who knows one?
In
the
bowl game.
The Bo Nix freshman.
Yeah. So
Morgan.
Mississippi State, they have not done a lot in the transfer portal for all I know. I think they brought in 1 4-star. It's kind of similar to us, but it's different for them being in the SEC. They have to bring in more people than 1 4-star. But I'm still confident about this game. Mississippi State's easily the worst team, maybe Kentucky in the SEC. But you get it at home. You get an SEC opponent to come into Huntington Bank Stadium week 2.
I'm sure you don't know this, but maybe you've seen it somewhere. When's the last time we've had an SEC school in Minnesota?
I'm going to look that up. I have looked this up before. Played an SEC team in Minnesota. Last time was last time the Gophers hosted an SEC team
90s?
for a regular season game was 1959.
Oh golly!
They defeated Vanderbilt 20-6. So history says the Gophers will win this game as of 80 years ago, 70 years ago. That's insane.
I didn't think it would be anywhere close to that.
Yeah.
That long.
Well, I knew it was not in our lifetime. I knew that. So I'm like, how far back is this going to go? Because we usually don't play SEC teams in general.
Well, yeah, because I kind of knew it at the earliest. Because I mean, from what I can remember, probably like since the 07, 08 year.
Yeah.
As a kid growing up. I didn't realize. Yeah, I was thinking anywhere from like the right around 2000s to like 90s. I didn't think it would be
in the
maybe
50s.
80s at the latest. I didn't think it would be that far back. Holy moly.
Either way, I'm confident with this Mississippi State game. The Bulldogs are nothing special. I do think they retain their quarterback. I'm forgetting his name, but I watched him play a fair amount last year. Or actually, no. Their quarterback graduated. I'm thinking of Mississippi with Trinidad Chambliss. Either way, Akron, they're terrible by every account. Their record last year is below 500. I forget exactly what it was, but very real chance you start up 3-0, which would be very nice. Going into 2 of your toughest games here on the schedule. In Washington is always a tough place to play, no matter what. Washington is always a tough place to play. But what I will say is if I pull up Washington's roster again, I think DeMond Williams, their quarterback, I think he is gone. I think he hit the transfer portal. No, he stayed. Okay, I needed to look at that more. But their two top running backs, Jonah Coleman, he's in the draft now in the NFL, and then their backup, forget who it was, he transferred out, and two of their top wide receivers. Washington, very depleted. Might take them a few games in the Big Ten to really get under wraps and everything. So, in my opinion, the Gophers are playing Washington at a perfect time. And Washington's defense is never really anything special. It never really is. I mean, when Kalen DeBoer was there, the whole team was great. He was a great recruiter, and now he's obviously at Alabama. But Washington's
so who's Washington's
defense
coach again?
I forget. It's Jed. It's Jed Fish. Jed Fish is it? Yeah, that's what it is. Jed
Where
Fish.
did he come from? Do you know?
No, I don't remember.
I don't recognize that name.
But either way, he's more of an offensive coach. The defenses are nothing to be anything with Washington. But the game after that, and also I want to note real quick, this Eastern Illinois game is on a Thursday, just like the Buffalo game was. So you have 9 days.
Isn't every Gopher game on Thursday?
Maybe.
I believe.
Either way, but you get 9 games to prepare for Mississippi State too. A little bit of extended time to add on to the happiness going into that. But all right. Yeah, next up, Michigan. But all of the tough games we have this year, except maybe Penn State, are at home. So we get Michigan at home, but Michigan.
Yeah, I will say I don't see us beating Michigan at all. I get new coach, a lot of new players, but they still have a lot of talent.
And then I'm not saying that we will, but.
No, I get what you're saying, but I just don't have faith because they got a great hire from what I've heard. Got a buddy who's a diehard Michigan fan, loves his J.J. McCarthy. But yeah, for Michigan, it's
Whittingham is a fantastic coach.
Yeah,
he preaches some hard-nosed football. So yeah, Michigan's in a fine spot, very good spot. And Bryce Underwood going into year 2, he was really nothing special this year, coming in as like the hot topic 5-star.
Now, was he a true freshman or was he
true freshman?
Okay, yeah.
And he was not great. Very indecisive with the throws. Hopefully, it continues at week 5 next year. But no, I mean, I don't right now. I don't think we'll beat them. But Justice Haynes, their top running back, one of the top running backs in the nation, he transfers out and goes to Georgia Tech, I think. I think they still have their backup, Marshall. But this is a game where the Gophers roster is good enough to compete with a Michigan, and Michigan this year could not score a huge amount of points. They never really did. They did against Nebraska, and that's really the only time they scored a ton of points. Their offense was just very stagnant. Whittingham's a great defensive coach, so they have like the Brian Flores type. Whittingham their defense is gonna be punishing. It always is with Michigan. Their recruiting is always fantastic. It's one of the top college football teams in history. But
one other thing I think about with college too, and you just know a team is like Gonzaga is obviously a basketball school, and when you look at some teams like Michigan, Ohio State are obviously football schools.
Yeah.
Point being, you look at any time, it's just I can never get over you look at an Ohio State stadium, Michigan stadium, and then you compare it to the Gophers lame stadium. You tell a casual college football fan that doesn't know conferences, and you compare Michigan Stadium to the Gophers.
Yeah.
No one would ever think the Gophers are a Big Ten team.
Yep.
Now I get Gopher fans don't show up. They have in more recent years. Now that Flex kind of put the program out, but we've never been a powerhouse. That's the biggest argument.
1920s, man, 4 national championships.
Yeah, how could you forget that? It's just crazy how much more seating and bigger in general. That's the Michigan.
Oh, it's 102,000.
Stadium, the Ohio State Stadium, most of your prime SEC schools, and then you look at the Gopher Stadium, and it's wow,
it's nothing.
It's just sad.
It's literally nothing. Either way, next game on the schedule, things start to get a little bit easier. Purdue, Fame Ojibwe reunion game. One's in Purdue, so you get an easy opponent on their turf. The Gophers, here's the thing. With PJ Fleck, it always seems like they play a little bit down to the opponent. And Purdue, it's not like they're going to be terrible. They actually, I think in their offense, basically the entire thing, except their quarterback, Ryan Brown, who had a really good game against us last year, Their entire offense is all transfers. So it takes a little bit to gel, and you don't know how these guys are going to play on Purdue, but we know how Fame Ojibwe plays, and he's a hard runner, so it'll be tough to stop him, but the Gophers team is way better than Purdue on every account. So this is a game the Gophers should easily win there. And I'm happy we get to play Purdue there instead of having to use one of those away games against some of the better teams, because the next game you get Iowa at home. And just like Trevor noted, the bye before it, the football gods were like, man, that was rough last year. Let's give them a week. So yeah,
I'm sure that's what the Bengals fans felt like when the Vikings steamrolled Cincy week 3, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, watching that game against Iowa was just so bad. I don't know why I watched the entire thing. I had to see it through,
Yeah.
Gotta support the teams through and through. But yeah, that's a lot of time I'm not getting back in my life.
I will say this is probably the worst quarterback situation Iowa's never had a ton of good quarterbacks ever. It's just been hard-nosed defense wins football games, but their quarterback.
You've got the GOAT for coach. Blanking his name. Why am I blanking it?
Yeah, Kirk Ferentz.
Ferentz.
Yeah. But their quarterback going in, Jeremy Hecklinski. I've never heard of him. Winner. Yeah, but like he's a sophomore going into the year. They're going into the year with a sophomore quarterback.
He was their backup last year. Like was he with the team? Okay, so at least he's got it.
Yeah, which that's better for him. Experience. He's got that under the belt. Yeah. But either way, they did keep Kamari Moulton, their running back, so that's good for them. But a bunch of the guys on the defense are gone. Got a few transfers to replace it, but I'm not going to say anything now because Iowa always seems that, history says they have our number. It's just, that's what it is. But this is one of the worst Iowa teams that we will end up facing in the past, in the PJ Fleck era.
I was going to say, our only win was Fleck against Iowa was the controversial fair catch game.
Cooper
right?
DeJean half hand up fair catch. Yeah, that was the one we won, which we might not have actually won that if right. Well, that game was equation, just a dud. Yeah,
one team had to win, and obviously we did, but neither team should have won that game. But no, for the reason that we can't
that's a lot of
Big Ten teams, though. Huh?
That's a lot of Big Ten games, though. Hard-nosed football.
Well, I know,
sloppy, turnover-filled. Either way, keep going.
But no, going up against Ferentz, obviously this round is at home. Yeah, till you beat them,
yeah, you can't expect.
It's not that. Yeah, we have a fair chance, but until you can show you can win, kind of like the whole crap the Wild fans get. When you're talking to like national fans, well, until you guys win in the playoffs, why should we believe in you? Can't argue it. Well, if the Vikings can't win in the playoffs, then why should we believe in it? Yeah.
Yeah, so if I wanted to go in depth, I could go position by position, and like 80% of it the Gophers would outnumber Iowa, and so this is like one of the worst Iowa teams that we will have played in the PJ Fleck era. It just is. So we have a chance, and it's at home, which is even better. So, but the next one on the schedule is the killer. We get Indiana in Indiana. So, Kurt Signetti, go easy on us, please. Indiana is going to be just as good. They got Josh Hoover, the quarterback from TCU, in the transfer portal. They also got the top wide receiver in the transfer portal, Nick Marsh from Michigan State. So Indiana reloaded after everyone left for the draft. They're going to be just as good next year. They're just going to be just as good.
Toast.
So I'm not even going to talk about that one. That one's going to be tough. All right. Next, UCLA, though. And people, Nico Iamaleava. UCLA's new coach.
Yeah,
I forget how you say his name or what it is. Let me look.
Yeah, keep going with your take.
Either way, I don't like the team. They don't have a defense at all. Their defense sucks. Nico was horrible last year. He got into it, but Bob Chesney is their head coach. Either way, UCLA, they brought in. Okay, I need to pop this on the screen real quick. They brought in I knew it was an insane amount of transfers on the offense, but going into this season, I did so much research on almost every team in Power 5 and like the good G5 teams coming up. I have never seen this many transfers on one single offense. Everybody in the yellow right here is a transfer.
Oh, wow.
People.
I like their hire. Bob Chesney, former JMU coach.
Yeah, it's a good one.
25 years of experience.
Look at how many transfers. Everyone in the yellow is a transfer. I have never seen this, even on the defense. Look at this.
Besides
this
Penn
is
State,
insane. Dude, this is more than Penn State for starters and backups on the offense. 1, 2, 3, 6 players, and one of them is Nico's younger brother, Madden.
I didn't know that.
So like, this is insane. I mean, this is okay. I guess if we're actually talking, if the Gophers have a chance at beating UCLA when they play them, we have no idea because of how many transfers are on here. We cannot project that.
It's a wild card.
It's insane. I can't. There's no way anyone could project that in any way possible. But right now, I think the Gophers win that game. But let's continue here. I think we got 2 more games left, or maybe 3, but 3. So Penn State in Penn State. Braden Stevens wanted to play at the whiteout game. If the Gophers are, say, 6-2 at this point, maybe a possibility of that. But Penn State absolutely reloaded, like we said, with all of Iowa State's players. Their quarterback now is Rocco Beck, the Iowa State quarterback this year. They got the number 1 tight end in the portal from Iowa State. They just reloaded. So their team's going to be competitive. It's going to be good. Campbell coaches well. Penn State is back. They're not going to be at the top like they were with James Franklin all the year.
I don't think we'll win this game.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So, but you never know. The season's pretty far away. Trevor knows.
I just know.
All right, revenge game for Northwestern at home this year.
It was another hard game to watch.
It was a fun game to watch. Offensive battle, but the defense just got shredded.
My problem with that game is that gave me nightmares of Ed Donishell.
Oh my gosh,
Did we
so true.
Like more than once or twice?
Twice. I remember the stats specifically.
Okay.
2 blitzes.
I just remember it was the most passive. And I get like early game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go in with a plan. Okay, it doesn't work. Where was the adjustment after the first 2 or 3 defensive drives when you just had? They could do whatever they want, when they want, however they wanted to do it. They could have been.
Well, you want to know why? It's because Griffin Wilde, their top wide receiver, and he's back again. So, but they also got another reliable quarterback. They got Michigan State's starter, Aiden Childs. So they're all reloaded. Caleb Komolafe, their running back. I actually really like Northwestern. They have playmakers.
I see we're home for this game. So
you're talking about their stadium?
Yeah. Do they get it this year? Or is it one?
I think it's 2027. So I'm gonna have to wait 1 more year.
Okay.
I think maybe I have no idea, but either way, this will be a hard fought game. I want revenge because just like Trevor said, Ed Donatel, you could just picture him in the glass in the press conference or in the booth up there calling these plays for the Gophers this game. 2 blitzes. I wonder why we lost that game. We lost 38-35. I'm going to remember that game for a while, being played at Wrigley Field. But the last game of the season, let's go get that axe. We got to go into Wisconsin. Wisconsin is not a good football program right now. Luke Fickell has really destroyed what was always usually a pretty dang, like all growing up for me.
Seeing them not good. Yeah.
I know. All growing up for me, they've always been competitive and pretty dang good for the most part. I will say Wisconsin going into this year, probably the best team they've had in the past 4 years. They got Abu Sama, the running back. They're the top running back from Iowa State. So that's a big one. They also got a new quarterback, which I think it's Colton Joseph, and I'm pretty sure he was from Old Dominion. Yeah, I haven't pulled up. Old Dominion, he was their starter all of last year, 2,624 yards, 21 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Old Dominion was kind of middle of the pack, but they get a new starting quarterback because that was a big issue for them. But they're not going to be anything too special. They're not going to compete in the Big Ten, but either way, the Gophers avoid Oregon, Ohio State, some of the big dogs in this ever-growing Big Ten conference. So there's like right now looking at it, I think 3-0 to start. Definitely a
Here,
loss
can you
here.
tell me win loss? I'll say win loss, and
Okay,
just
yeah,
kind of
we'll end
rapid
it there.
fire it.
Yep. Eastern Illinois, win.
Win.
Mississippi State, win for me.
Loss.
You got a loss there. Akron, win.
It's funny too because obviously you're gonna know way more than me, but Akron win.
Either way. At Washington, that's so tough. That's so tough. I'm gonna say win
go
just because
win.
Washington's such a tough place to play. But just like I said earlier, they have so many new faces on the offense. I think it'll take them a little bit into Big Ten play to get it all flowing and everything. So I have them 4-0 to start the year. Trevor's 3-1. So Michigan, loss. I gotta give them a loss there. I have to.
Wait, did I said win, right, for Washington?
Yeah, you did. You're at 3-1.
I just realized I'm gonna write this down.
Okay.
I can keep track. Yeah. Michigan L.
Yeah, so both of us are you're 3-2, I'm 4-1. Purdue in Purdue, I got to win.
Yes. Win.
Yeah. I'm 5-1. Trevor's what, 4-2?
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then Iowa at home.
Just got an update. No shocker. Dallas is revisiting not Micah Parsons, Crosby trade, but keep going.
Yeah,
it's kind of as expected.
Iowa
L.
Iowa.
I mean, tell they can win a normal game. We have that one, but tell you can actually play a good football game and win against them. But I hate it because obviously we hate Iowa. We hate Wisconsin, but yeah, till we can beat them,
Yeah, I mean, your point's so valid. I'm still gonna go win just because our roster.
I think
does it by a lot.
If it wasn't for the coach, like I totally get the roster, and we're probably better than them. But sometimes when you've got such a great coach development, like I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of guys that we don't know of, but when you have Coach Ferentz.
My final reason why the win is I literally do not see Iowa scoring more than 10 points in 10 of their games this year. Their quarterback situation sucks. All teams need to do is stop the run, and you will win the game. Like, Gophers, stop the run. The Gophers, I think 2 years ago, we lost at home to Iowa 31-14, and I think they started that game off with a
game.
Yeah.
Fumble game. Yeah.
Yeah, but like Iowa had like a 70-yard running touchdown in like the first drive. Stop the run against Iowa. You will have a chance. And that's why their offense stinks. I mean, their tight end's really good, but either way, I have a win. So I have the Gophers being 6-1 going into Indiana. And that's a loss.
Yeah. L. Yeah. We don't gotta talk about that.
Yeah. 6-2 there.
I have UCLA. UCLA as a loss.
You have that as a loss.
I'm really concerned. The more I'm going through this, I'm very scared actually to watch this year for flag.
Yeah, I mean, I have a win for UCLA. I can never trust a team.
I'm trying to not be biased. I'm just trying to think like a non-Gopher fan. More like
I know, I get it. I get it. I know.
As I drop my pen.
But if you're looking at a national outlook, the Gophers had the 22nd ranked like transfer portal.
Oh
class.
yeah.
And so it's like they did stuff. They also had a really good recruiting class. But I have a win at UCLA.
Okay. Well, I guess part of the reason I'm kind of down this year, we did keep our defensive coordinator from last year, right? Harbaugh's offense. Like Simon? No, Simon's the. I can't. It's so hard for me to remember. So I think Simon and Harbaugh are each like they split offensive coordinator. Whoever the defensive guy is, you're probably a great guy and all, but I have no faith in you. Especially like when you can't make an adjustment against
this is what I thought. No, they replaced it. Danny Collins, defensive coordinator. He was the safeties coach last year. He got promoted here in Either way, Danny Collins.
My worry though is if you keep it internal.
Yeah, you're not going to change up a lot schematically, really at all.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to keep going with my flow. I'm just.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm trying not being biased.
Penn State.
So I have L for Penn State L. I thought we were on UCLA.
So where are you at? It's also an
so record-wise, it should be 4. Let me count it up right now. So including the Penn State loss, which would be a 4-game losing streak: Iowa, Indiana, UCLA, Penn State. So that's 4, 5, 6. I have the 4-game losing streak.
So you're
L
4 and
against
6.
Michigan, L against Mississippi State. Yeah, 4 and 6.
Okay, so I'm 7 and 3 right now.
We're just a slightly different.
Slightly different. All right, this one's an interesting one. So Northwestern. Northwestern,
they're gonna get their revenge game.
You got the win.
Yeah, they gotta snap this losing streak. Flex feeling the pressure.
I'm so tired of these 8 and 4 seasons and these 6 and 6 seasons. So badly do I want to have them winning against Northwestern, Wisconsin. Oh my gosh.
Wisconsin to win.
Wisconsin's a win for me, no matter what. So that's 8 and 3. But I just need to decide on this Northwestern game because here's the thing: you beat Northwestern this year if you pressure the quarterback. Peyton Stone sat back there and threw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns. 0 picks. He had like a perfect passer rating. So that's why I'm gonna say the Gophers beat Northwestern.
Yeah,
because you beat them this year if you pressure the quarterback.
It's funny. I really should be saying Al with how I'm doing this, but I really want to think that Flex is gonna want to get that game right.
Yeah.
Just because Northwestern, like, especially too, if you lose to them by quite a, not that we got blown out or anything, but it felt like we got blown out just because like you had 0 faith in the defense ever going to stop. So it's just constantly running uphill with never having a finish line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. No, I'm not gonna change it. I already said win, so I'll go Northwestern win.
Yeah, so you finished 6 and 6. I finished 9 and 3.
Wow, that's gonna be a crappy bowl game. Give us the Pop-Tart bowl game. Woo!
Pop-Tart bowl game, that's up there for like one of the bigger ones now.
I don't even know. There's so many bowl games it's hard to know besides like your typical Rose Bowl and Peach Bowl and all that. It's like I don't even know what's good or not. I guess
now
it's just
people like
you play.
I know it. I'm gonna seem biased here. I really am, but this is the best Gophers roster since 2019. In 2019, they had 2 losses, played Auburn in the Outback Bowl, big bowl game there. And hey, if they didn't lose against Wisconsin in that crap game to end the year, they would have been in the Big Ten championship that year, and the team was really good. This is the best roster the Gophers have had since then, with overall a doable schedule by every account.
The more I'm looking at this too for my L's, like I'm looking back, like it's weird having Fleck going 6 and 6. Like obviously you've got your juggernaut teams like Indiana, Michigan. I do think will be, even though with the coaching change up and some of the transfers in and out, I still think it's Michigan. Like until Michigan like takes a step back and like shows it, I don't really want to bet against Michigan. But I'm really worried for that 4-game losing streak that I had to when it goes Iowa, Indiana, UCLA, Penn State. They get UCLA's. Right, UCLA was the one with like a bajillion transfers.
Yes, they have.
Now, obviously, you keep Nico for year 2 in that offense. But Nico, in case you guys didn't know, Bruce is a Tennessee fan. In case you didn't know, Nico was a Tennessee guy. Obviously, Nico was very highly recruited and
he was a 5-star recruit, one of the best in the country. But
I think you can obviously explain it better. It hasn't lived up to the hype, but you can like see the potential.
Not at all.
Is that kind of fair?
It is, but he doesn't have the skill set to play in the NFL. He can't throw the ball downfield with accuracy. He can't throw the ball with much zip. Touch like on the outside and just like intermediate passing. He doesn't have the touch. He doesn't have the zip to get on that ball. He's good in like a read option offense, but that's just not how you. It's just seems just to be just a college guy.
Yeah. What I was saying though, so with that 4-game losing streak, so you got Iowa, Indiana, UCLA, Penn State. I really don't see any like. I'm not like none of those are really a 50-50 for me. I think we're just just be expected to lose those games. Yep. Mississippi State, maybe that's a game where you could maybe convince me should expect to win. But and then like I said with Michigan, until they show that they're like not your typical Michigan football squad. So I have 5 almost like where I'm comfortable. Like if I were to bet money on it.
So your ceiling is 7 and 5.
So you can you can maybe so you can maybe convince me switching the L of Mississippi State to a win. But besides that, I really only think this team wins 7 games.
Yeah.
And it's not so much the rosters, the matchups. That's my take.
I looked up Penn State's schedule, and Penn State's schedule is really freakishly easy. Basically, the whole year they have Wisconsin for Big Ten play only. Wisconsin, Northwestern, and then USC and Michigan are 2 tough games, obviously. But then they have the bye, Purdue, Washington, and then the Gophers. Maybe they get a big win against Washington, because Washington, I mean, they're still going to be a decent team, especially later in the year. I'm just not confident in Washington early in the year, but
and then so not this upcoming season, but next year's season, 2027. I'm sure you've probably seen this. Maybe you haven't. So Moorhead High School, Minnesota school, obviously.
Yep.
I knew they had the 2 commits. I saw it on
all 3
Instagram recently, but now they got the 2 commits recently. So they got the tandem of quarterback Jet Feeney, 3-star, or all 3 of them are 3 stars. But then the 2 the 2 skills. So you got receiver David Mack, and then running back as well, Tay Reich, if I'm saying that right. So you got 3 kids from Moorhead, which means that Bruce and I, breaking news, will be covering Moorhead High School football this upcoming season.
I saw them play at State. Jet Feeney is something special. I've seen a lot of high school quarterbacks play at the Minnesota State tournament. He is easily the one with the most touch on the deep ball and just touch in general. And he's great out of system, out of the pocket on his throws. He is very something. Mac too, very good.
Receiver,
I mean, here's the thing: they were such a heavy passing offense. I couldn't see Reich very much. I really couldn't, the running back. But I've seen the film on him. He's also really good. But
it's kind of funny too, looking at it too, because like for where they rank within the state, they go 5, 6, 7.
Top. Yeah, but they're the top at each position, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe. Well,
it is. I know it is. I'm sorry.
Position as in Minnesota, I would say almost certainly.
It is. I know.
Overall state rankings, you got Reich at 5, David Mack at 6, and then quarterback Jet Feeney at 7. So that's gonna be so cool to watch, because if Feeney can be the quarterback, kind of after the Drake Lindsay, because Lindsay will Feeney's true freshman year, which very good chance they'll just redshirt that. And it won't. His first year probably won't count for eligibility. So then his first freshman year 2 of him would be Drake Lindsay's senior year, assuming transfer portal doesn't suck in Drake Lindsay. It'll be fun watching, because if they can keep
Drake said he's here for the next 3 years. So
no, and I believe it, because I could see him going to NFL because he's got the size and he's got the arm, but obviously he's got no mobility whatsoever. So he'll probably be another Max Brosmer. Obviously, he still has to do a lot of proving, but just from the raw trades, it looks like he can be a fringe day 3, 6th, 7th round. Early projections, a lot can vary. Honestly, it still kind of surprises me that Brosmer didn't get drafted. Just with his football IQ, and he was in that pro style offense. Now seeing how he played, it makes a little more sense why he went undrafted. But I'm excited. I really hope we can develop Brosmer, because I think he could come 2 or 3 years from now a very sneaky good backup quarterback for the Gophers, or Vikings. I mean, from the Gophers.
Hopefully, I mean, it'd be cool. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. All right, people. I'm higher on the Gophers next year than Trevor is. I think they'll still be even in
Trevor's a bit on the Gophers.
Yeah,
he's not against them, but
I feel like some of the losses you have, I think, could be very close losses either way. Just really good games in general.
Right. I do like the roster. Like I said, it's just tough opponents.
Yeah, but overall, the schedule is doable. The tough games you have are mostly all at home, except Penn State. I mean, you get Michigan and Iowa at home, so the schedule is very doable. You avoid some of the biggest challenges in the Big Ten, but yeah. All right, people. There's your Gophers talk. First and probably last one for the next 2 months. I don't know what we'll talk about leading up to it. Either way, people, go subscribe to the YouTube. Still shooting up there. Just hit 2,000, and now I forget where we're at now, but it's like, you know what? Let me just look while we're on here. Currently at this moment, yesterday we hit 2,000, and right now we're at 2,257. So people keep it going. Love it.
Spread that word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instagram, TikTok, and Spotify. Go over there, and in the next few days we'll have Wolves episode coming out, and we'll keep track of the free agency in the NFL for all of you. So
big day tomorrow for Kyler.
Yeah,
11
true.
a.m. roughly. If 11 a.m. Whatever time it officially starts, I'm guessing 11 a.m. is when it started Monday for the tampering period for Monday, Tuesday. So tomorrow being Wednesday, Kyler should sign. And then I wonder if I was thinking for like a depth receiver signing, because I do think he'll add a guy just because there's so many guys, and he'll probably at least add one with Naylor leaving. He'll probably do one free agent and then add a guy in the draft.
Do Atwell.
And then you've got third round pick that you really hope you can see some growth, because that would really stink a third round bust with minimal impact in Ty Felton. But whoever that receiver will be, I wonder if that will come after the Kyler news. When Kyler is the quarterback, assuming he is, then whatever set receiver
it'll draw some interest. Yeah, for a bunch
it'll
of
be
receivers.
interesting to see. So
we'll have all this content, but tomorrow's episode will be the Kyler Murray news, most likely. So watch out for that tomorrow, people. Love the sport. Keep it up, and we will see you tomorrow.